Hello, and welcome back to our channel. Ever wonder what makes a day special? Sometimes, it's the echoes of the past meeting the events of today. So, let's dive into the fascinating events that have marked October 16th throughout history. And then, let us take a creative leap and imagine what might happen on this very day in the near future. Say, October 16th, 2025. Let's start our journey way back in 1793. The French Revolution was in full swing, a period of immense social and political upheaval. On this day, a figure who once symbolized royalty and extravagance, Marie Antoinette, the last Queen of France, met her tragic end at the guillotine. Accused of treason and a host of other crimes, her execution marked a pivotal and somber moment, signifying the absolute end of the monarchy's power in France. It's a stark reminder of how rapidly fortunes can change and how the tides of history can sweep away even the most powerful. Jumping forward to 1846, we land in Boston, Massachusetts, for a groundbreaking moment in medical history. Imagine undergoing surgery without anything to numb the pain. That was the reality for centuries. But on October 16, 1846, at Massachusetts General Hospital, a dentist named William T.G. Morton conducted the first successful public demonstration of ether as a surgical anesthetic. He administered it to a patient, Gilbert Abbott, who then had a tumor removed from his neck without feeling a thing. When it was over, the surgeon, Dr. John Collins Warren, turned to the stunned audience and declared, "Gentlemen, this is no humbug. This event revolutionized surgery, transforming it from a terrifying, brutal ordeal into a far more humane and effective practice." Let's move to the 20th century. On October 16, 1923, two brothers, Walt and Roy, founded a small animation studio in Hollywood. It was called the Disney Brothers Cartoon Studio. Little did they know, this humble beginning would grow into one of the most influential entertainment conglomerates in the world. From a simple cartoon mouse named Mickey to sprawling theme parks and blockbuster movies, the Walt Disney Company has shaped the childhoods of generations and continues to define global pop culture. It all started on this day, with a dream and a drawing board. Now for a story of courage and a stand for human rights. On October 16, 1968, at the Summer Olympics in Mexico City, two African-American athletes, Tommy Smith and John Carlos, created one of the most iconic images of the 20th century. After winning gold and bronze in the 200-meter dash, they stood on the podium, bowed their heads, and raised their black-gloved fists during the American national anthem. This was the Black Power Salute, a silent, powerful protest against racial injustice in the United States. Their act was controversial, and they faced severe backlash. But their brave stand has become an enduring symbol of protest and the fight for equality. Just a few years later, in 1978, the world watched with hope as the Nobel Peace Prize was awarded to two men from the Middle East, Egyptian President Anwar Sadat and Israeli Prime Minister Menachem Begin. The award recognized their monumental efforts in reaching the Camp David Accords, which paved the way for the Egypt-Israel peace treaty the following year. This was a landmark achievement, the first peace agreement between Israel and an Arab nation. Their work on this day showed the world that even the most deep-seated conflicts could be resolved through diplomacy and a genuine desire for peace. And one more for the history books. October 16, 1995. This day saw hundreds of thousands of African-American men gather in Washington, D.C., for the Million Man March. Organized by Louis Farrakhan, the event was a call for unity, self-reliance, and responsibility within the Black community. It was a day of solidarity and spiritual renewal, aiming to address social and economic issues and to project a positive image of Black men. The march was a powerful demonstration of collective purpose and left a lasting impact on community organizing and activism. So, we've seen revolutions, medical breakthroughs, the birth of entertainment empires, and powerful stands for peace and justice. History is truly written every single day. Now, let's switch gears and use our imagination. What might the headlines read on October 16, 2025? Picture this. On October 16, 2025, the Artemis 4 mission, a joint effort between NASA and the European Space Agency, successfully lands the first-ever international team of astronauts, including the first woman on the lunar surface, near the Shackleton crater at the Moon's south pole. Their primary mission: to deploy and activate the Helios, a new generation of solar power relay stations designed to capture solar energy and beam it back to Earth. This is a monumental step in solving our planet's energy crisis. promising a future powered by clean, limitless lunar energy. The world watches, united in awe, as this new chapter in space exploration and sustainable living begins. Meanwhile, back on Earth, another major event is unfolding. In Geneva, a global summit on digital ethics concludes with the signing of the Digital Human Rights Accord, spearheaded by a coalition of tech leaders, governments, and human rights organizations. This historic agreement establishes the first international standards for artificial intelligence. It sets clear guidelines on data privacy, algorithmic transparency, and the prevention of AI-driven discrimination. A key clause in the accord mandates that major tech companies must create independent ethics boards with the power to veto projects that violate these new principles. This is hailed as a landmark victory for consumer protection in the digital age, a Magna Carta for the 21st century. And on a cultural note, on October 16, 2025, a previously unknown manuscript by the celebrated author Gabriel Garcia Marquez is published posthumously, discovered by his family in a hidden compartment of his old writing desk. The novel titled The Last Alchemist is a magical realism tale about a reclusive clockmaker in a forgotten coastal town who discovers the secret to manipulating time. Its release sends ripples through the literary world, immediately topping bestseller lists globally and reminding everyone of the timeless power of a great story. From Marie Antoinette to a future on the moon, October 16th is a day packed with significance. It shows us how single moments can change the course of our world, whether through sacrifice, innovation, or a simple act of courage. What will tomorrow bring? Only time will tell. Thanks for joining me on this journey through time. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss our next exploration into history. See you in the next video.